Oh, come on.
Oh, no.
There we go.
Hello.
There we go.
There we go.
We are live. There's one waiting, just waiting for it to come up on YouTube, and then we're ready to go. And we are, hopefully, my computer's been really slow. Yeah, we're live. Awesome. So, hello everyone. James
Hello,
from
Internet.
West Berks, and Matt's going to join us later on. He's at the rush off to do something for work. But today, joining me, we have Richard
Hello.
and Jamie. They're both
Hey.
Northerners.
Whoa.
We're both what? Sorry?
Northerners.
Northerners?
Northerners.
Hey, I'm about as down south as I can be.
Yeah.
We're Northampton based. We're about as central as you can be.
Midlands, isn't it? We're on the fence, basically. That's what-
We can't
No
decide
team.
if we want to go up or down.
yeah, exactly.
So we had an amazing weekend this weekend at
Oh, I don't know about that.
oh, what am I doing? There we go. Right, it wasn't even on me. It was on you, Richard. So
Whoa.
yeah, we just ruined the beginning. So yeah, we had an amazing weekend at Greetings. It was the Ghoul Stars Aggression.
Yes.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. And what a weekend it was.
Yeah.
It was awesome. One of the best weekends I've had in a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's great fun. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So first off, introductions. I'm James. This, I don't know, it never comes up right. So this is Richard. This is Jamie.
Hi.
I'm
Guys,
I'm the ginger
where
one. I'm
let's
the
start.
ginger one. And Jamie's the good looking one.
Hey, the
that's
good-looking
high,
one's
that's high
here.
praise. Well, I
He's
don't
the
know
lead
about
singer of our band.
that. Yeah.
I'm a little bit rid of it. I've been out cutting grass all day for work, and like my face is just burnt to a crisp.
Yeah, no,
So,
I know
anyway,
you're, I know you're paying. I've
Let's-
been emptying out grease traps and other lovely, delightful things today. So,
So let's start. Jamie, where are you from? What do you play?
hi.
Um,
So,
Yeah.
as James said, I'm from Northampton. I currently play the Best Legion. No, second best
Hang on,
Legion.
you wearing
A lot like no Eagles.
Eagles. That's all right then.
Oh, join the bandwagon.
Eagles. I've been supporting Eagles for a good 5-6 years. Yeah, before we were winning Super Bowls, right? Okay, just now we're good. Right. Sorry. I'm collecting Iron Warriors. So I took
Yeah.
those to the event recently. Richard is probably not the best, not the favourite of that, being an Imperial Fist player.
No, you are.
Yeah.
Imperial Fist.
Yeah, so they're my Legion I'm running at the moment. I have other plans to go back to my roots. My original army was Salamanders, so I am planning a sort of slow grow of my Salamanders, getting them back on the table, because after the weekend and seeing a certain man's army,
Yeah, Jimmy's army was amazing. wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
still.
I'm
I'm actually putting the video together of all the armies at the minute.
Oh,
There's,
brilliant.
there's so many. It's like, I know it's only like a 5-10 second clip of every
Yeah.
army, but when there's 68 of them, it's quite annoying to clip and stuff. So yeah,
You feel guilty.
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I feel like inadequate.
Well, I know jumping ahead a little bit, but when we had to choose like favourite army,
Yeah.
I struggled.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so hard there,
So
isn't
many
it? It's
armies. I mean, it was ridiculous quality. Yeah.
yeah, it is really good. That's why I like it, because most people there are hobbyists before they're gamers.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And that's why I like it. It's
See,
awesome.
what I when I picked mine, sort of a little bit of spoilers. I suppose. I won't say who I picked, because obviously it's a private thing to pick, and I don't want to stroke egos. But
You
I
picked
went
me.
on, like you said. I felt guilty. No.
After-
No spoilers,
after,
no spoilers.
no, I went on hobby, not just painting talent, because it is literally the case of who I was just like, wow, this army is amazing, not wow, technically this thing is beautiful. That's what I've put my votes towards, because I think every day the hobby's a winner, sort of thing.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So quickly before we go on to that, Richard,
Yes.
Hello.
who are you? Where are you from? And what do you play?
I'm Richard. I'm in hiding in Northampton, so they can't find me. Nah, I'm from
You know
Northampton.
you're on the internet, right?
Oh yeah. Damn it! You're
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah,
black out my
just check
face.
his IP address.
No, I'm from Northampton. I've been in the hobby donkey's years. I mean, second edition, I think I started, and that was probably second edition fantasy, if I'm like really honest. But about 3 years ago, I got back into Heresy because I did dabble in it with Death Guard, but then Calf came out, and it was just a great time to do my fists, which I had for 40k anyway. So yeah, just a mad Imperial Fist player. But lately, I've done Talons and Solar Rocks, which is what I took to the Greetings event. So
Yeah.
but yeah,
I've recently got rid of my solar, as you know.
I nearly had them off you. I was about a week late, I think.
Yeah. Now, David, Mr. David Gordon from Spacemen with Guns had it all in the end.
Oh, he had it. Oh,
Yeah.
Gone to a safe home.
So, I can't even remember what it was next. It was hobby progress.
yeah.
I don't think you built and painted that model you won at bingo.
He's nearly finished.
Fix.
I've literally done nothing because it's because
Real world.
Long weekend.
Yeah.
Long
Yeah.
week.
And it's because it's like a 3-hour drive for me. Then it's staying at a hotel. It's just literally packing, getting ready, and that's all I've done. And my bag is still sitting in the back of my car, so that's that's as far as I've got. Apart from a couple of packages arriving from Forge World, which are down there. And,
Oh, yeah, which we won't talk about.
yeah, no, Project X. Oh,
New
no,
toys.
X,
Yeah, I
Project
think
X.
we've all got
Project Z.
X's now.
You've got about Project A
That's the
to.
one.
You're in the phonetic alphabet of it now, aren't you? Something like that.
Yeah.
How many projects you've got going?
So yeah, I've not really done any hobby at all this week. So
The first bit of
been-
hobby I've done is just now.
yeah,
this
literally, I was gonna go and wash all the resin that I've got and hopefully start building tomorrow, but work's just been flat out, and I'm so knackered when I get in because I'm out in the sun all day, and it just saps all your energy away.
And I think after a weekend like you just had, you need to.
Oh yeah, I haven't drunk that much in a while. So,
yeah.
I mean,
oh my god.
Oh my god!
again.
See, no one's gonna get that.
No,
Everyone's just
unless
gonna
you were
think,
there,
"Ah."
you won't get
But
that.
yeah,
So-
even no,
I think when we
God.
get into the quiz later on, quiz
Yeah,
will be
definitely.
one.
I don't even know how it came about. It just, yeah.
Yeah,
Me
pretty
and
much.
Matt will probably remember.
Yeah.
So shall we go with Richard? What's your hobby progress been this week?
This week, Tribune, Praetor Tribune, which I won in the bingo. So, yeah, they did a thing called Bongo Bingo, which was hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, Marlowe.
Big, massive shout out to Andy and Marlowe for that. That was hilarious.
It was
That was just so much
Yeah,
fun.
2 and 7, 58.
58, something like that, wasn't it?
It's just so random.
Oh, gee.
Oh,
But then
Um,
Andy was just like he just was like he's been doing it for 50 years. Like it was just like
That was quite
absolute pro. It was
He's
ridiculous. And
sorted,
then,
didn't he?
yeah,
He's found his calling.
yeah, I think so.
Do you know the worst
Yeah.
bit is Marlowe had his phone in front of him with it all written on. So
With all the bingo sayings and stuff, yeah. And he's still reading it wrong.
he still wins.
Oh, hilarious.
But no,
Mm-hmm.
the Tribune. So it's for Project X, which is it's a secret list, but it's an expansion to my Imperial Fist. And he's a Praetor for it. He's obviously in Terminator Army. He's gonna have a shield. He's got Paragon Blade. I've even made a little cloak for him and everything like that. So yeah, only had him a couple of days, and he's just.
You had him built and painted that night.
Pretty much, yeah. I think when he opens packets, they fall out open and built. Like the man can build and paint so quickly. It's
Paint.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
people know me for painting really quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's quicker than I'm
Yes.
quick at painting armies, not individual characters.
Yeah, but I can smash
So-
through it. I mean, the last event, I painted Matt, or May Gelt, as you guys know him on Facebook. He was in our team, I painted his white scars in like 4 weeks, I think. Over 3K in 4 weeks. So, and he got some votes for best painted. God knows how, but he got more than me in my main army.
One thing I'd like to. I want the. That's the one thing I wish they did is showed you the votes for best painted. Just so you can know what you got, so you can know that how much you've got to improve.
I don't think I need my ego stroked that much, to be honest.
Oh,
No.
Jamie
I wouldn't mind. Oh, I need it. I need it. I need anything stroking, to be honest. But it's just. I wouldn't want to have that sort of like, okay, yeah, nobody liked it, so nobody put a vote in.
If I know that no one put a vote in, then it'll push me to. I'm going to mute my phone. Sorry.
So, yeah, it's the same chat.
Yeah. Then I know that I've got to push harder with my hobby to get more votes. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've got to do. I mean, you could be the miracle that Jody is and get on your first attempt at entering something, you win 3 awards.
Oh, man.
I can't believe that.
Well, I don't know if I can say, but he showed me a picture of the updated one.
Yeah. He sent me that.
Oh my god, on the base and that.
Yeah,
like,
awesome,
man,
yeah.
He's.
I know the man's in the watching now, and yeah, Jody, your scar brand.
Is it? Oh, nice crap.
It looks nice. It looks nice.
Yeah, it is.
I like it. Yeah. Even for demons, and I hate demons.
So, Jamie, what have you done?
Well, got home from the greetings, and obviously real life sort of kicks in. Had a weekend away from the family, and bank holiday Monday, spent family time. So didn't really do anything. Today got home from work and basically sort of threw everything out of the bag, loaded it back into the shelves, emptied out, had a look over it all, sort of, yeah, enjoyed it. And then my next bit of hobby was literally just finishing this. From talking to Jody from the XLC. I was a lucky boy, and I won it in the podcast. In the competition that the Gino boys ran. So I got it through the other day and I haven't built it yet. So I just glued it together now.
Yeah, they're really handy, those.
Because I'm not in my normal hobby space.
So
I'm not sure.
I'm not in my normal hobby space. I'm downstairs in the dining room. My little room upstairs is next to my daughter, and I'm notoriously loud when I'm talking to people. So
yeah,
I'd wake her up. So I'm downstairs. So it's nice to have a little bit to just sort of put down so I don't stain my coffee table. The next thing I'm doing while I'm planning my salamanders is doing a few more Iron Warriors. So I don't know if you can really see that. Just some little robots.
See, this is really difficult for me because I'm a huge Iron Warriors fan.
I know you are. Yeah, we talked about this, didn't we?
Because like literally when I was playing Jamie, I was like, yeah, I know what you're gonna do.
Yeah. yeah.
So it came down to like a dice roll.
Oh,
it didn't, did it?
No,
it didn't.
My hopes and dreams were crushed.
That was such a good. No, it was Jamie's face that got me.
Yeah, I had it, and then it got taken away, and I had it again. I got taken away, and then I had it again. Yes, and then I've got another thing on the go. It's just sort of like a little palette cleanser of painting all the Space Marine armor and tanks and stuff from Forge World. I don't know if you could see these guys, but these are the Necromunda hired gangs.
Oh,
so
nice,
I have picked them up, and literally I'm just going to these are going to be sort of test models. Not test models, like to test me. I want to try and paint them up as best I can and maybe enter them next year in the Golden Demon or something like that.
Yeah, that's somewhere where I'd like to get to eventually is entering.
I've done it. I've entered it last year.
I got this
all the way with a pin, and I was really happy with this.
At the local GW, I got the silver for my Age of Sigmar.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I was all attractive. But now I'm not painting Age of Sigmar, so
I tried it with Garrow, and I was like, I'm going to spend time on this. It's going to take me a month or two, and then I got it done in an evening. Nah, I can't paint slow. I can't. I just have to go for it. So
yeah, definitely.
I think you're more likely to win event like Army Best Votes, things like that with your stuff, man. Because on the tabletop, when it's all together, it's like wow.
But that's it. Yeah, I like my entire arm. It's a lot. My fists. If you look at them
Yeah.
individually, they're quite fairly simple. Although it's some nice highlights and lowlights with the airbrush, but as an army, they look the part, and I do get a lot of nice comments about them. But I'm not after.
Yeah, I had so many comments about the Mastodon at the weekend.
Yeah,
which was awesome.
The Mastodon.
So
The
Mastodon.
She was pretty.
Yeah. And Thunderblitz. Oh my god, I only just discovered Thunderblitz on my last game.
I'm so glad you figured out on your last game.
I'm not talking about Thunderblitz till Matt's on.
Oh yeah, okay.
In our game, there was two brilliant moments, and I need.
So for those that have just joined, Matt has had to shoot off and go and do some stuff at work. So he will be hopefully joining us later on in the cast. So anyway, what's next? Forge World new releases. There is none. So basically, this week is what Forge World has got rid of.
Yes.
So basically, all the Mark II shoulder pads and kind of torsos of
and a lot of the sets where they've put everything together, the torsos and the shoulder pads.
Yeah. So it's last chance to buy stuff. They're doing a deal on dreadnoughts, so this is including Contemptors, Leviathans, and Derrideos.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you buy a body.
Derrideos.
Yeah.
You buy a body, you buy a weapon, and then the next weapon is free.
Yeah. Which is really good.
Yeah, I mean, I've ordered it. I literally, when that come up Saturday morning, I ordered a Contemptor. I nearly said what Contemptor it was then, but no. Yeah. So
nice one,
yeah, it is a nice one. I need to order 2 more for. I mean, as you guys know, I left that event wanting to build some. This isn't Project Z, by the way.
Yeah,
I want to build a traitor World Eaters after the weekend.
Yeah,
I
we
was
were
just like
talking about Zone Mortalis or something like that. Something along those lines.
No. This is the army I want to take to Greetings next year.
Right.
I want to take World Eaters. After realizing how amazing combat is and getting into combat quite a lot, I was like, I really want a close combat army, and I want a traitor army. So what better army to do than World Eaters? And I want to challenge myself with painting as well. And I think white is probably one of the most hardest things to paint, apart from probably yellow and red's quite hard to paint.
I don't see the issue of any of them. So
yeah. So I mean, considering I was a Blood Angels player for the best.
Sorry.
I was a Blood Angels player for the best part of 5 years, like 40k Blood Angels. So yeah, they're like my number one army over, and then the Iron Hands probably, and then Iron Warriors. But yeah, so Forge World, there's not really a lot this week, so that's pretty much. When did they drop last week? Didn't they? The new Bounty Hunters and that.
Yeah, they're out now. They dropped for pre-order last
week.
I think. I really love the guy with the hat drawing the pistol.
Oh, the towel looking.
Yeah, I really like that. He's cool.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what they have done. They've extended the free delivery on over
the Dreadnought.
No.
They've done that. They've extended it to another month almost.
I think it's the 17th, is it, or something like that?
Is that the £100 one?
Yeah. Spend 100 quick at free delivery, which is really good. So obviously, if you're buying your Contemptors and that, and you don't want to get to 250, 100.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, so that's pretty much it from Forge World. I mean, we've all picked our Forge World model of the week. So I don't know who should we go first? You know what? I might roll a dice if I can find one.
Oh,
Jamie, it's going to roll a 5. It's going to roll a 5. You watch.
Is it on them West WBG dice? Yeah.
Yeah. Don't trigger me.
No. If I rolled it, I roll a 1. If Matt rolls it, it's a 6. Yeah.
You know, I haven't got any dice. So Jamie, you go first. Screen share.
Right. So
Work out to do it now.
where am I? Yeah. Shut your face. Technology. So yeah, my pick is from the next Legion I'm going to be doing. One of the most favourite models units.
If you say what it is, I'll get it up on Forge World and screen share on mine.
Oh, I was filling air, mate, while I was just trying to find it. I'm a professional, see? Right. Okay. Here they are.
Oh yeah, sorry, just quickly, Jody.
Beautiful.
You are correct. The new speed is going to be available as well at the Weekender.
Is that Fest?
Fest, yeah. I suppose
it's a Fest.
that's why they haven't really done anything, I suppose, because they've got stuff coming for Fest next week.
Yeah.
Obviously, Alpha Aris is out, the new speeder. And
Do
then
you know
whatever
what
else
else?
they
Do you know
want
what
to throw
else?
my way.
Everybody is losing their shit over. Titanicus.
Yes, they're going to demo it, aren't they?
Yeah, and
can't wait.
there's
I'm
going to
so
be
excited for
news
that.
on Titanicus as well, which is going to be
So
amazing.
excited for that.
So
I really want a mini Titan.
yeah,
Give me a
I've
mini Warthog.
literally got some money put aside for when that drops.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I wish I was as organised as you. Right? Have
What you don't
you
know
got
is
the You only need one liver, right?
Yeah.
Right. Have you got the screen grab, mate, or am I?
Oh, I can't remember what it was.
I'm sending you. Oh, that's fine. I think I've got it. There you go. I've just got to.
Have you worked it out? Click screen share. Turn off the porn.
Oh, can you see it?
No,
There.
I can still see you.
How about now?
I'll tell you
Nope.
what, shall I go?
Yeah. Sorry, first time using Google Hangouts.
Yeah. You found it? There's literally screen share.
Tab on the left-hand side.
Yeah, on the side.
Then
And
you
then
click on
accept.
screen share.
I think we're there.
Ah,
we
there
are there.
There you go. These boys.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Pyroclast.
So yeah, the Pyroclast. They are one of my absolute favorite units. They just look badass incarnate. Flames, scales, big ass flamers. Yeah, can't wait for these guys. Game wise, they're quite high pointed, and what will they do that a flamer?
Yeah, they're all
squad won't?
modified
But,
armor. They've got a short.
yeah, no
they can shoot
invon
them.
can
What is it,
drop, but
strength 6 melter shot.
strength 6 melter shot at 6-inch range, I think, if memory serves.
I think
Yeah, I've got 10 of them upstairs, so they are going to be my.
Do you know what makes that even more insulting? That strength 6 is if you're
What?
shooting it at iron hands, it's only strength 5.
See, well, we all can't be iron hands, can we? Yeah, well, if you shoot me back with flamers, you're only strength 3. So, but yeah, they're mine.
Cool.
I think they are going to be. I can't wait. Don't know if I want to run 10 or if I want to run 20. I'm not sure.
so. What's the rules with that flamer? It's strength 6. What?
So
You can either
It's
shoot it as a single
basically-
melter shot,
yeah,
yeah,
strength 6 with a 6-inch range,
yeah.
or it's a strength 5 flamer.
so
Oh,
basically a heavy flamer.
They'd be
Yeah.
fun in Zone Mortalis.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, they are fun in so much.
With shred. They're
Yeah,
going to be amazing.
That's what I mean with
Rude.
shred. They'll get the.
Yeah.
Is it +1 strength or something like that in shred? Oh, I can't remember how it was.
In Zone Mortalis, if you haven't got shred already, then you gain plus. No, if you've got shred already,
yeah,
then you gain +1 strength. But if you haven't got shred, then it's just you gain shred.
yeah.
you're going
So
shred,
this
yeah.
is where Tyrant Siege
Yeah.
Terminators in Zone Mortalis become brutal with frag missiles.
Oh, gross.
So, as I said,
Yep.
I scored 60.
Another reason.
Yeah, 65 wounds.
Yeah.
They're
So,
pretty stable.
Richard, what is your selection tonight?
Right. I've gone for, and I love this. And if you don't like it, something wrong with you. The Charybdis.
I don't like it.
There's something wrong with you.
I don't.
I don't like it either.
It's so much
love
money
it.
for
Absolutely love it.
such a
Yeah.
fragile model.
Do you know what
Yeah.
gets me about it? Is its sheer size.
Oh yeah, they are huge.
It always catches
Yeah.
me well when they see it.
When I saw Sam's when I went down to play him at his house, and yeah, it is quite big.
Oh, ignore the total at the bottom, by the way, and the shipping thing. Just ignore it. Don't look at it. Ignore it. And if
Yeah.
Matt's watching this, as in may Gelt Matt, ignore it. Just ignore it. It's not happening.
So yeah, Charybdis, they are great. They're super heavy. No, they're not super heavy, are they?
No.
They're a
Yeah.
heavy support. They transport 20 guys.
Yeah. So it's a flying Spartan, pretty much.
Yeah. It's heavy. It's so imposing on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And I just love the fact that you can drop 10 Terminators or a Primarch and
A small retinue, yeah. Cool. So this week I have chosen one of my all-time favourite models. My computer's been slow.
The suspense.
As you know, we're running off my internet tonight, so
Yeah, I'm worried about this.
screen share.
Potato.
Potato. So here we go.
Oh, I love it.
This is my model of the week. This is one of my favourite chassis that Forge Rod makes.
Just filthy.
The,
Lovely.
I do.
So good. I really want them to bring. I want them to bring back the plasma one.
Yes.
The plasma one is so good. But this model, I'm gonna get one at some point. I've got like Matt gave me a squad of. Oh, they're actually here. I've got a squad of Deathcore.
Yeah.
Which I just want to do them and one of these.
Is it me or does anything Deathcore just look amazing?
Oh
yeah,
God,
they all do.
Can't go wrong.
It all does. Yeah, it really, really does.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my model. So, yeah, nice and simple. And yeah, so while we're here, now we're done with that, let's have a quick look at the chat, see who's here, see who's joining us. And yeah, so we have Jody, we have Dante's Heroes, we have May. Is that May Gelt?
May go.
that's Matt from
We have
our end.
Oh yeah. We have Kablams.
Kablam.
What's that? Double XG? Double XEG. Is that right? Am I getting that right?
I'm just gonna try and get in the chat.
Oh, Cake. Yeah, sorry, I didn't wear a hat. My head is so burnt, I can't actually wear a hat at the minute. So yeah. So have we got any questions quickly in the chat while we're waiting? Where are we?
I'm sure we're
So
going.
Jody, close combat is the way forward. Yes, it is.
No, it
God,
isn't.
close.
Sitting at the back with giant thud guns shooting at people is the way forward.
Outflanking a mastodon is the way forward.
Yeah. I'm so glad you didn't do that.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it all weekend, but next time I play it,
You didn't do it. You didn't do it in your last game. You said you
No.
were gonna.
No, I played Matt again and his Night Lords, and he was deep striking everything. So I basically put everything on the table to shut down.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that in a bit anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, got a few people in the chat. We've got 8 people watching, which is fantastic. So let's just go straight into it, shall we? The weekend at Greetings. What a flipping awesome event!
Yeah, it was all right, wasn't it?
I mean, I went last year, and this was better than last year, definitely.
It was for me.
Oh, it was so much better. I don't know, just the atmosphere was. I don't know.
I've got to admit, I think
I was
last
about to say
November's
this.
one had a better atmosphere.
I see. I went last. When did I go? I can't remember now. Was it November?
Was it November?
No, I can't remember.
Definitely saw you last year. I was trying to think. Was it when Emperor's Path was there? Didn't you go on that?
Yeah. Sam was
That was
shouting.
November. That was
Oh right,
November.
so, yeah, it was November then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Sexy
I mean,
Sam videos.
I couldn't
that was
drink that
Just
weekend,
quickly
man.
on the stream, have you got it clicked just on me? Because it seems to be me, and just me at the minute.
Sorry, there we go.
Mine keeps flickering between you all.
As in my head.
Yeah, so yeah, I thought it was awesome. The armies there, I think, were better than November. Like
Yeah, there was a
painting,
couple of
painting
I
unfinished ones
agree with
last
that.
year.
Yeah.
This year, I think everything was
there was
pretty
only-
much
there was only
to
one
a level standard.
unfinished. Like not when I say unfinished, it wasn't unfinished. It was painted, but some of the models weren't weathered to the same degree as the.
That was the fellow I played in
Yeah.
my 4th game, who was a top man, and he just ran out of time to get his Land Raider finished. But the rest of the
Yeah,
army
life,
really
like,
Yeah, the rest of the army looked amazing.
Yeah.
The rust and that he did on that Sicarian looked amazing.
Yeah, and I mean,
I did like that.
Spartan, he had so much mud on the track.
Yeah, it did look good.
So
Day 1 was not flat. I played. Well, I'll go on to it in a minute. Yeah, so the weekend was amazing. Greetings of the Warp. Check them out on Facebook. awesome guys. If you can get along to any of their events, they are really, really good. They do 40k, they do Age of Sigmar, and they do Heresy.
Yeah.
I think this weekend was the biggest event they've ever done.
For Heresy, yeah. Oh, for any event, yeah.
Yeah, there was 68 players, I think, in total. So
See, we had a conversation on the way up that we were unsure of how their sort of way they run things would extend to that sort of size, but because they've got enough people within their team, I didn't feel like we were left alone. Like Ryan, the T trolley was coming around,
exactly.
and
the team is amazing.
Sausage rolls was coming around. Like, we were looked after, and if we had any queries, there was somebody always pretty much on hand, ready to go.
I mean, you'd be like, "Oh, I've got a rules question." You'll turn around and you'd be standing there like as if he heard you, or he heard your thoughts, and you'll turn around and like either oh my god, I've gone blank.
Andy.
Marlo.
Ryan.
How can I forget Marlo? They were literally standing behind you, ready to go. How do you think the new way they did it went, where you stayed in one room all day and it went in the other room the other day?
I wasn't a fan.
You didn't like that, did you?
No,
and I can understand where you come from, in the sense that you didn't really meet everybody and have that a chance to see everything else until it was like second day with the army votes.
I can understand where you come from.
My issue was it could have just as easily been just a 26 man event in one room. That's what it kind of felt like, because we just saw the same guys. During the game, we just saw the same guys, and I didn't really like that. I prefer mixing it.
I liked it, but at the same reason, I can understand why people don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that I had to carry Mastodon around everywhere.
Yeah, carting around thousands of pounds worth of models, through doors and stuff.
Oh, Mr. Salad has got the perfect solution for that, though, with his little trolley.
Yeah, his little tea trolley.
The little tea trolley is like where...
He needs a bell. Has it got a bell? He needs a bell.
No, he needs a bell.
Yeah. He needs a little bell.
Yeah.
And no wonder he walked away with, like, Titan Killer, whatever, because he had a bloody fire and sitting on the table, which looked amazing, because he speed painted that as well. So apart from his transfers are put on upside down, but I
didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice that either.
You're gonna look now, aren't you?
I'm gonna.
Oh no! What have you done?
So, but yeah, no, I really did enjoy it. There's only one thing I didn't enjoy, and I think a lot of the guys know what I'm talking about. So, yeah.
It was
hashtag set meta.
Oh,
yeah, that's the only game I enjoyed it, but
I think
it was such a rough game. Like, I think the only thing I walked away from that is I walked away the whole weekend. I killed the most of that army.
Yes.
So
it's like victories.
I'm meaning to break this to you quietly and slyly, but the chap that played him last, I cannot remember his name, that runs Geek War Gaming, killed 20. And I think he killed Magnus as well.
So he beat me. I came second then.
Yeah.
Is that because I tried to steal it from you? Is that payback?
No, I'm not bitter. I'm just personifying the Imperial, the Warriors way.
So the whole weekend, it was 5 games over 2 days. We played 3 games on the first day.
Yeah.
So we played 1 game, then we had lunch.
Yes. Yeah.
Then 2 more games, and then we had Bongo Bingo and a little quiz on the Saturday, and then the Sunday we just played 1 game, had lunch
with the curry.
Yeah, Dawn's Kitchen, curry and chili and burgers, which is pretty much all you need.
Yeah.
And beer, cider, and whatever else you wanted.
All the cider I can drink.
All the cider. Yeah, I haven't drunk that much cider in a long time.
Yeah,
so, all reasonably well priced.
The quiz, wasn't it? I think you had quite a few drinks before we got to the quiz.
Yeah, I couldn't stop. I couldn't even see the numbers on the bloody.
You couldn't tell. Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a really great weekend.
Can't hold their liquor, can they?
Oh. But so my first game was against Chris. Can't remember his second name, but I played his Emperor's Children. and it was great because I finally got some revenge. I've actually got it written down.
Did he have Fulgrim?
He did have Fulgrim.
I know who you mean. He's a nice guy. I think Matt played game.
He was a really nice guy. He had.
I was supposed to play him, but I managed to switch opponent.
Oh, you should have played him. It was a good game.
I wish I had that
game. So he had Fulgrim, Eidolon, Palatine Blades or Palatine, whatever they are, Phoenix Terminators, Storm Eagle, Deathclaw, Dropcod, Pod or whatever it is. Anvilus, yeah. It was one of those. Rhinos with tacticals in and Fulgrim.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much it. Oh, and he had some outflanking vets as well. No,
did he have any cacophony?
No.
No?
He should have brought cacophony. He would have done
that. That's so cool.
Oh, and two contemptors. That was it. And yeah, it was an amazing game. I did a time lapse of the whole game. So a 2.5 hour game with a time lapse of 23 seconds. So it is on the Westberks Facebook group. You can go and check it out. You kind of get the gist of what went on in the game, but I managed to stomp Fulgrim. I managed to one-shot Eidolon. I managed to. Thing is, like his contemptor just
proudness.
It was such a it was so good when I killed Fulgrim.
I killed Fulgrim at the last event in turn 1, and it felt good.
Yeah, just because I had the sergeant in my squad, and I was like, I'm not going to accept the challenge. So then Fulgrim doesn't get pumped up like he should, and it was just nice to have the sergeant with Ortet Moore. Ortet Moore was amazing all weekend, but my man of the whole week, it's only my first game, and the man of the weekend was my plasma support sergeant, who managed to walk in with his squad of plasma dudes. He got charged by the Phoenix Terminators. Squad got killed. The sergeant stayed alive in the first round. So then the spears become AP3.
Oh yeah.
Artificer armor. Always take Artificer armor. Then the sergeant basically stood there for 3 whole turns. So that's 6 rounds of combat on his own. Killed all the Terminators. Walked away from combat and caught the objective on the last turn.
Oh, brilliant.
So that was
moments like that. That's what Heresy is all about.
Oh, it was so good. That was like literally my moment of the weekend. A tactical support sergeant killing some Terminators and then catching an objective was amazing. So see you later, Jody.
Take care, Jody.
So that was game 1. Game 2, because I did so well in my first game, I was put on top table. Because I think I scored like loads of points. So because they done it like the Swedish or Swiss style, didn't they?
Swiss style, yeah.
So I was put on top table top table in that room, should I say? And I was up against the worst list at the event, which was 30 Sekhmet Terminators, Magnus, and
making me shudder. That
to top it all off, which I didn't like when I turned up the table. I was like, 30 Terminators, Magnus, that's fine, I can deal with that. And then he's like, there's 2 Fire Raptors as well, and I'm like,
put it to add the icing on top.
I was like, what, and then I was like, okay. So I thought about it really hard. I reckon if I played it again, I could have beat it.
Yeah, you know what?
I lost by 2 points.
Like that.
Because my last game I discovered Thunderblitz, I was like, why the hell? I could have just Thunderblitzed his entire army and got it wiped off the table, and I didn't do that because I didn't know mass. Because me being read your rules, people, because Super Heavy's Thunderblitz is amazing, and I should have outflanked the Mastodon as well then, and that would have been so harsh having those 4 strength 9 AP1 templates hitting your rear. That's going to really, really hurt. But in the end, I lost. I didn't catch a single objective. No, I caught 1 objective all game. I scored 2 kill points, and because of their deployments that they did, like he was on all the objectives from turn 1, and he scored so many objectives in turn 1. There was no way I was going to catch up.
Yeah.
So obviously with all the flying Terminators and everything else, that game was a psychic. Pardon me, it was a psychic phase because it took him like 35 minutes each time we did the psychic phase.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was sitting there literally just twiddling my thumbs because there was nothing I could do. I had 4 dice, or like 5 dice was the most I got against his army, and he had like a pool of 20, 25 dice. And I was like, yeah, there's no point in me even rolling these dice because I couldn't do anything. So if you do play Thousand Suns, never play that list, because if you turn up with that list next time, I'm just going to flatly refuse to play you, because that's not in the spirit of the game. Because the whole thing was supposed to be narrative. And I mean, Andy and Marlo did talk to him and tried to get him to change his list, but he wouldn't.
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
So,
what's narrative? Would Magnus, if he turned up on a battlefield, be surrounded by his elite? You know, it's a massive
exactly.
one, but it was definitely. I would say it's possibly narrative, but it's not.
It's narrative. It's narrative until you get to the 2 Fatal Raptors. Like, let's face it. Him and his 20, him and his 30 Terminators. Yeah, okay, that's he's bringing first company, whatever it is, to the battle.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll get that. Why do you need 2 Fatal Raptors? Like,
I don't think anyone that played him enjoyed that game.
No.
I mean, the army
even Tom. Yeah, the army was played really nice.
Yeah, the army's done it. Yeah,
I think Tom played him, didn't he? And he managed. He kept count of the wounds that he caused, and he caused 200 wounds, and he only failed in armor saves.
Yeah.
So that's how
crazy tough.
It's the fact that you've got 30 Terminators with 2 wounds each, with a 2 up and a 3 up invul. Yeah, and it was just, you just couldn't chew through them quick enough. And then the fact that they're not slow, even though they are cataphracta, they can fly.
Yeah, deep strike as well.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Game
3. Game 3. Who did I play game 3?
Ooh.
Oh.
Jamie was game 4.
Jamie was game 4, yeah.
Spoilers.
Oh, Death Guard. Yeah. Yeah, I pretty much got table turn. Even though I only lost the game by 1 point, I almost got tabled.
Which Death Guard was this?
What's his name? Jack?
Is that the one with
he had the
Land Raider?
He had all the Predators.
Oh, the Armor Breakthrough one.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
No, he wasn't playing Armor Breakthrough.
Yeah.
Was
it all the autocannon Predators and the autocannon guys? And that was a proper Death Guard.
It was the worst list I could have came up against for my Mastodon. So
I don't know. Jamie did a good job on that.
Spoilers! Come on. Let me have my moment in the sun.
Sorry. My bad.
So yeah, that game was really, really close, because if I'd got my tactical squad out a turn earlier, again, I only lost my games because of my decision. So I'm still learning with the army and everything else. So
yeah,
if I got my tactical squad out a turn earlier, I would get 2 points, or my 2 tactical squads, because they were like right next to objectives, but I didn't get them out, and the game was objective based. So because I'd won tertiary, I hadn't secondary. We were tied, and then he won. No, we weren't tied. He was winning. So it came down to the objectives, and then that's where I went wrong, and I could have won that game.
I think it's worth quickly just explaining about the tertiary, the primary, and secondary.
Yeah,
obviously every game was the same. It had that basic, and then there were extra special rules. So
primary, so the tertiary
objectives, which were either worth 3 points on some missions or a point on others, and then secondary was kill points, and then tertiary was slay the warlord, first strike.
Slay the warlord, first strike, price of failure.
Yeah.
So price of failure.
Both sides could get first strike, couldn't they? So you could both get, if you killed something, and you could both get the point.
And you had to
win enough every game
first strike to win the battle. So you had to get 2 out of 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So every game I played, I got first strike.
Yeah.
I got first strike against you, Jane, didn't I? Yeah.
Can't remember. Yeah, I'm assuming. I think it was a Rhino you popped.
No. Dreadnought.
Yeah, with the Volkite.
Hey, we'll get there.
Yeah. So the third game was good fun. I just the deployment map didn't work for me. I didn't outflank what I should have outflanked.
Just quickly, sorry, the deployment maps. Obviously, you're saying about that. They are a bit different to what they are normally, weren't they? They're designed sort of design their own.
You could get turn 1 charges, which was brutal for some people.
There was basically, I think,
brutal for me.
One map had
no man's land.
Yeah, it was just connected.
So, which meant which was good because it just meant that the games were done a lot quicker. I did notice people were finishing quite a lot sooner, especially like we played our game. We elected to go like to have the old deployment styles.
Yeah.
And loads of people were coming around saying, "Oh, they're still playing," but it was like, "Oh, yes," because we basically had an extra turn because you guys. My first game, which we'll get onto, is exactly why we sort of like elected to change it to make it how it's supposed to be or used to be.
I hated those deployments.
Yeah. I think all three of us sat around this chat.
Yeah. So my fourth game. Jamie.
Fourth game.
Yeah. Who's going to talk about it?
So I played some Iron Warriors.
Iron Warriors, if I am.
They were really rubbish Iron Warriors. They looked terrible. They played terrible. You know.
They play terrible, but I'll have you know they look all right.
So yeah, I played Jamie in my fourth game, and we had good fun. I was really worried I was going to outflank my Mastodon. I wasn't going to do that to him because that would have just rolled through your back line. So I didn't do that, but I did something else instead.
So you
nearly paid off.
Me.
Well, the thing is, I beat Jamie last time I played. I had a similar sort of army without the Mastodon.
You had Ferrus Manus last time.
I had Ferrus Manus last time, and you had your Word Bearers.
I had Word Bearers last time, and your Ferrus Manus basically decided to eat 5 Golvo back in the first round of combat, which was that was fun.
Yeah, and it was a really good game. I felt that, but game 4, we drew on.
I took objectives. I took primary.
Yeah.
Then on tertiary,
so I got Slay the Warlord
because you got first strike and Slay the Warlord.
Yeah.
And then I only got.
You got kill points, didn't you, Jamie?
Yeah, and then basically it worked out that we thought you had claimed the second one, claimed tertiary as well.
Because Slay the Warlord was D3.
Slay the Warlord was D3, but that was D3 in the tertiary, not the kill
this
point.
was brilliant. This was a brilliant moment because we were all sitting outside.
And we got the big dice.
So no, originally we worked it out right, didn't we? In the sense that I clinched it by a point, but then you hadn't rolled the D3. Because kill points, I had one more kill point than you, so I'd claimed 2 primary and tertiary. Yeah. So primary, secondary, sorry, and you had tertiary. So I'd won. That's how we'd worked it out. And then we got outside, and I went to go get lunch, and I come back to you lot jeering me in outside, sitting outside at lunch. And Matt, the guy that we went up with from Northampton as well, brought his Wise Guards. So it was like, no, it's D3 for Warlord,
we thought
was
it was
correct,
D3 kill points.
but it was D3 kill points. So he's egging me. I was like, oh, I could still beat you. So we get this big foam dice that they've got, and he rolls it. And of course, he rolls a 3. So I'm like, so I've lost that. And then we just go back and forth, bantering. Yeah. And then I'm like,
and then we actually read the rule pack.
Open the pack out, the rule pack. I'm like, yes, I've won. And because he's obviously only claimed the tertiary. I've never, I was just like,
But then he finds out he won anyway.
Roller coaster of emotion.
It was a really good game. I did really well to keep stuff out of range on your side. Because your Iron Havocs didn't get to shoot a lot. Your
no, where I deployed them, they had a big sort of central blocking, and they just didn't get to do it. And then I put for some reason, I don't know why, I put both sets of quads. I had a 1 and a 2 unit on the left hand side, and then they literally shot, I think, the last turn because they're slowly moving
Yeah.
them. And it was just sort of like,
You one-shotted my
I
Leviathan,
don't know
which
what,
really
originally I
upset
put
me.
it down 1-on-1, and yeah, I was just like, but then I thought, okay, no, it's not too bad because then it will hold that side because you had outflanking tactical squads.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, at least that way when your tacticals come on that side, then I'll get to blow them up. But of course, they come on the other side every time. So
I roll really
they were
well
a bit
on my
redundant.
outflanks. I always get to choose, which is really good. But yeah, when you one-shotted my Leviathan, I was a bit sad. So it was like, yeah, roll, hit, oh, pen, oh, it explodes. I was like, oh, crap.
And
But
then
I suppose that's a bit of payback from when I played Matt, because I played Matt at Warhammer World and I one-shotted both his Leviathans.
James, I think I joined that club against Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
I'll tell you when I get to our game.
Yeah.
It was.
So I also like the theme of my weekend was being goaded into doing things. You started it off on game 4 where you goaded me out of the transport.
Go.
To basically play chicken with a mastodon. Got out and then blew up the mastodon.
I was just like, I'm not getting out. I'm not getting out till you get out.
So I was like, fine, I'll get out then.
I'll get out. And then he was like, oh yeah, I won't get out. And then the missions as well, because we had the minefields and that, which kind of stops you doing a lot.
Oh yeah.
The missions were a bit crazy.
I do like their missions though, because they are that crazy. And at the end of the day, like when we just throw down at the club or whatever, you just play the normal stock missions. It's nice to have that sort of weird and wonderful sort of I've never put my army through this sort of thing.
And the did you use the older?
No, we didn't.
Because the mission had the fact that the characters could hit each other and like minefields, so it was just like there's quite a lot to keep track of, and we didn't want to add Elder Wraith constructs into the mix as well.
Basically, in one of the they had the extra missions called Angel Exterminators, and you had a couple of Eldar, and it could have been a Farseer, or I don't know what the others are called.
Wraith
Lord,
Wraith Lord, or Wraith Guard.
You had 2 of them. Basically, you had to roll if you were near an objective, and then these guys could just teleport down, then they scatter, and then they attack the nearest thing and all that lot. So, and actually, in my game against Matt, it was actually really good fun because it. When we get to that, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So, and my last game was against. People have probably seen him before. He is Matt, who played the Iron Warriors on the 30K channel.
Oh yes,
he's the guy that brought the big
Pendleton. Matt Pendleton, is that him? I can't remember.
He brought the big, I want to say, Minotaur thing.
Yeah, no. So it is a Crassus launcher, but with a Warlord cannon on the top.
Yeah,
like Warlord Titan cannon on top. As an Iron Warrior player, that does silly things to my pants.
So I played against
so cool.
Yeah, it's different.
Lords.
Yeah.
He brought loads of Terror Squads and that. But the big thing about this mission was basically anything with Legionnaires Astartes became veterans.
In the last game,
The troops,
So all my troops, like my normal tactical squads, were a tactic. So obviously I picked marksmen on my tactical squads and tank hunters on my plasma support squads, and that helped massively. But it was such a fun game. He taught me Thunderblitz, which was amazing. Basically, literally anything I could ram, I was ramming.
Giggity.
So the Leviathan came in, wiped out a Contemptor, a Terror Squad, and then went after Kurz. And the whole game was just so much fun. I barely moved out the only thing that was out of my deployment zone was the Leviathan in the drop pod. Everything else happened within my deployment, and Kurz is a little whiny so, and he was the only thing alive at the end of the game. But it was a draw, and it was such a fun game. It was like so close, because obviously the other thing in the mission was if you held an objective at the end of your turn, you rolled a dice, and if you rolled a 1 or a 2, you gave the objective to your opponent.
Oh yes, yeah.
So if it wasn't for that, because he rolled so many 1s on his objectives, I got loads of objectives. If it didn't happen that way, he would have won. But the fact that I got so many kill points as well, I think I got 15 or 16 kill points that game, because he had loads of little squads, and yeah, it was good fun. I think in total with the whole weekend, I got something like 29 kill points and 17 objectives.
Ooh.
Over the whole weekend. So
that's probably double what I got. So,
but yeah, that was pretty much
objectives.
Pretty much my games at Greetings. I won't say what game was my favourite because Jamie's here.
Don't want to stroke egos, do we?
I did. I was quite happy to say it was my favourite game, and I played Jamie as well.
Yeah, but you're an horrible person, aren't you? So,
yeah, I mean, yeah, it was good fun. I really enjoyed all my games, apart from, well, I did enjoy it, but I could have enjoyed it more. Was just that the Thousand Suns list.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Apart from that, it was a really great weekend.
Now, before Rich goes on to his, because he's doing his next, and I've decided that.
No, you do.
Fine, I'll do my next, whatever. Yeah, I suppose it is. Going back to the sec meta, right? What could he have brought instead of those 2 Fire Raptors to make it more narrative? It'd be a solid list because it's 30 sec met with Magnus, but what would have brought
some
been instead of those? Some Land Raiders, yeah. Because I think I think Tom was talking to him, and he said the only reason he bought them is because he didn't have anything to deal with air support. So why not just bring one and then a Land Raider or a Spartan? Even a Spartan is still solid, but it just I think I brought the.
I will say though,
what is it called? Castellax guys.
It wasn't the only nasty list.
Oh no.
You know
that was probably the worst list though.
So it's arguably one of the worst, yeah, but it wasn't. There was a few.
We had a couple of custodes, didn't we? But I don't think.
Yeah.
I think there was one nasty custode list and a couple of really good custode lists, because it was not custodes, it was talents, wasn't it? Philip,
the guy who had
Lead Belter, I think I want to say.
The whole weekend I kept getting Philip's name wrong. I kept calling him Liam.
Awkward.
So.
Yeah, it's because like he does look similar to Liam that I know as well, so that's probably why I kept calling him Liam. And that's only just twigged in my head, so I'm sorry.
One day,
poor guy was just so polite. It was just like, sure, I'm Liam.
I did
Call me
have a
Liam.
lot to drink, but yeah, it was the whole weekend I was calling him Liam. Yeah.
So
cool.
I'll go with mine then.
Or Jamie.
Rich wants me to do mine. So obviously I brought my Iron Warriors, a 3K list of Iron Fire. First time I've probably run a semi-decent list, and I have to thank Rich and Matt and one of our friends, Gareth, sort of helped me through the list, because list building has always been a struggle for me. I just bring things I like and then have a notoriously bad reputation for winning games, because I don't win any games.
You're like me, isn't it? I mean,
literally
21 games now with my Iron Hands, and I've won 6.
See, my gaming in total, I get to play as much as I want to, but I think I'd probably say out of 20 games, I've won maybe 2. So yeah, and that was this weekend.
You need one of these.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
No, you had one of these, didn't you? You had a...
Yeah. I bring all the fun toys. I bring the toys.
Jamie, tell a lie. You beat me before the event.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah. So and I played with Jody at the Legion of Peterborough. We did a little doubles thing, and we won that. But he carried me, I think, through that. So, but anyway, so I brought my list there. My first game was against Tom Henry. Off of Instagram fame, Angel
Exterminatus. Yeah,
the notorious 3rd Legion player.
He brought Raven Guard.
Yeah. He brought his Raven Guard, and they were really nice, man. He brought Korax, Mordethan, some Dark Furies.
It was quite a nice little army, to be honest.
Assault Marines. I don't think He had a Dreadclaw, and I think that was the only bit of armor he had, which I thought was amazing. He had a couple of Castellax with Darkfire and a Praevian.
It was
some
more
quad
like a
mortars.
big Centurion list, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was so fun to play against.
Like Centurion list. It felt really
So
good.
he so with the, like we discussed earlier, the deployment zones, we had no man's lands. So he literally on, I think there's some pictures on my Instagram that was, he's literally on that line, and I'm as far back as I can because he is going to be into one charging me, and these are assault marines with metal bombs, and I'm just pooing myself because I can just see their metal bombs shining in the distance, ready to blow me up. And exactly what he did, literally just pulled it up forward.
Next year, and I thought, I'm dreading this. If he gets
yeah.
Just quickly, you're seeing assault marines more and more now with I'm seeing, like, even on lists that aren't Raven Guard and Blood Angels, you're seeing assault marines a lot more lately.
Multi-bombing.
Just because multi-bombing's made them great.
Yeah, you can give them all multi-bomb.
They've always been able to multi-bomb. What are you talking about?
Yeah, no. Yeah, but it's legit now, isn't it? It's in the
Yeah. No, see, I'm actually playing with the idea of Salamanders ones with hand flamers and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm contemplating on running some in World Eaters.
Oh yeah,
chain axes,
everything. Oh yes, yeah. So that game ended in a tabling from me. I got my ass handed to me. Like, I've played Tom a good few times, and he whoops my ass every time.
Yeah,
the guy's a strong player. Yeah, he is so good.
Guy to play though.
Yeah, and like I said to him, I spoke to him afterwards because he was not apologetic during the game, but it was in the sense of like, oh, I'm taking stuff off in droves. But I basically said to him at the end of the game, I absolutely adore playing him because he teaches me as I play, and
he actually tells you, like,
he actually talks to you, and tactical wise and things like that, and he plays because he can play competitive and destroy you and know how to do it. But he plays narrative because he was just like, I could have brought so many other things in at different angles, outflanked this, infiltrated this, but it didn't make sense to the narrative. And I was just like, yeah, that's cool. He still whooped my ass. But he's a solid guy to play against, and I do hope he brings the Third Legion back, so I've got a soft spot for him. I've played him a couple of times. My first greetings event, my first game, again, it was against him.
Yeah.
And he's I think he had a Fellblade at the time. I think it was the first ever super heavy I played against.
I remember that
scary.
Yeah. Watch that game.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what he brings in August. Yeah.
August.
Yeah. I'd love to come in August, but I can't.
So would I. I'm unfortunately, it's my daughter's birthday on the Tuesday after, and
this morning.
We're going to be. Yeah.
No, that don't matter.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Yeah. So so that was a sound loss. So I'm thinking, yeah, cool. That's how this weekend's going to go. I don't mind. Everyone knows me. I will take 5 losses and walk away with a big old smile on my face because it's not how you win the games. It's how you play them. So I'm a big advocate for that. Have to be because I lose so many. There we go. Sorry, bit of fluff in the marine somewhere. Anyway, right, game 2. Game 2 was an absolute treasure for me. I adored playing this game just because I got to drool over Jimmy's Salamanders.
They do look good.
I wish I had the cash to just basically say, yeah, paint this for me.
I've just been talking to him actually.
Yeah.
He's a top guy.
He's absolute top bloke, and he's sending me little hints and little tips and that tutorials on how he does his salamanders and that. And
I've literally been asking him the same questions.
Yeah,
but just for the weathering. Just for the weathering.
Just got those little scratches.
He won best painted at the November event with that army.
Yeah,
so
he did.
I think that's why he didn't get it at this one, even though he'd added some units.
Yeah,
because his army was definitely up there.
They did change it round, didn't they? How they did it, they added loyalist and traitor,
which
I think was really good. The amount of people they had, I think it would have been hard to just pick one.
Oh yeah.
I do think they should do a first, second, and third, because at the end of the day, they're not monetary prizes. They're just a certificate, and I think it would be nice to, especially when you've got that amount of people, just to go, okay, yeah, so and so, here's number one, he's brilliant. This is number two. This is number three. Like, I do think it was. It would be nice to sort of like know as well. But yeah, so I played him. He brought his salamanders with Covenant of Fire, Rite of War. Pretty sort of standard salamanders list.
Yeah. Strong.
Strong and full of flamers.
Yeah.
Couple of tactical marine squads in rhinos. Vulcan. His Fire Drake bodyguard, boy band. Who else did he bring? Some Pyroclast and a Land Raider Proteus. Quad mortars, which are beautiful. Oh, he's entering them into Golden Demons.
Yeah,
if you do get a chance to see them, they're beautiful. Really Scorpius. So little bits and pieces. And yeah, so we basically pointed the Spartans at each other, and his opened his out, and then Vulcan decided to go bang, 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 and kill all of my army, like Vulcan should do. Everything I threw at it, I killed his bodyguard pretty quickly with all the amount of chain fists I had and then power fists. But then Vulcan was just like, yeah, I'm just going to tank these wounds. So that was a real fun game. Again, another loss. I think that came down to a couple of points. It wasn't such a trouncing, but still another loss. And then we come to my least favorite game of the weekend. It was game 3.
You loved it.
You played some crap, didn't you?
Yeah, played complete ginger fool.
Oh.
Yes, but no, I played Rich. We got paired up against each other, and normally we do sort of say when we go into these events that we'll move them around if we get paired up with each other.
We play each other often, don't we?
We play each other quite a lot. You're my normal go-to sort of heresy player. But we thought, no, we had a couple of games, and we're sort of like need a decider. So we thought, let's throw down, have a game, and that was really good. Really heavy sort of city fight board, which was nice. And then we just literally leveled shells at each other for a game, and I think I squeaked it by a point.
Got me by 1 kill point.
Yeah, 1 kill point in the end.
I even came along and helped.
I needed to kill that Terminator at the end.
Yeah, just one Terminator. Literally, Gold got out of his Spartan with his boyfriend squad. Saw Malcador, wasn't it? Was just like, I need to blow that up with a chain fist. Charged it, blew it up with a chain fist. They all survived, but then obviously everything your turn leveled at him. Annihilated Gold, and I think it was one Terminator left with a chain fist, and he was just running towards
he was a legend.
Just survived like everything firing at him. Just needed to kill that one guy, and then I think it was just anything else, and you would have clinched it. But
there was quite a funny moment in that game because with my Warlord, because I was using
Solar Ox, man.
Solar Ox, right? So my Warlord had the Displacer Matrix.
Oh, you!
Yeah, he's one of them.
So basically, he destroyed the transport for him and his Velataris, and I put him right at the front in front of his veteran squad, and just said, "Shoot me! Come on, kill me!" And he tanked everything,
which was nice. I was trying to do it, and I think it ended up being the next round, didn't it? And my next round,
got him, and I think it's like 6 wounds in. I rolled a 1, and he just went flew into the sky.
Yeah,
that was brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant for you. So and then he decided to return him hid him in a building, like on his own, just hid him like a little coward. So I couldn't find the Warlord and hunt him down, but managed to get the other 2.
I managed to kill Gold.
Yeah, everybody managed to kill Gold that weekend. He was not indestructible, as the song goes. We smashed that game out. That was fun. I think we pretty much played into lunch, didn't we? Just because we wanted.
Well, that's the end of the day, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, that was it.
I'd finished eating, and then I came over.
Yeah.
Half cut and just sat with you guys.
Yeah.
That was the last
half cut. Mm.
Yeah. And then we formed Team Reach Around.
Yeah, Team Reach Around.
Yes. I think it's worth talking
about.
Oh my
god. Yeah. Do you want to do it now? So yeah,
Quiz.
after we played the game, we grabbed some lunch, packed stuff away, and got ready for Bingo Bongo. So we just sort of sat at the table we were playing again, and James and Matt sort of came over and sat with us. So
I think we were sitting outside, and you Games came over. I called you gays. I mean, guys.
How do you know?
How rude! How rude!
You guys came over and just said, "Oh, have you guys got like a team for the quiz?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "No," and then you're like, "Oh, come with us.
Come on,
then,
come join us." Yeah.
And then it's
Well,
because you saw us cool kids sitting on our own, and you wanted to be part of it.
No, all the cool kids tables are full, so we just thought, you guys, really? Yeah.
The Peterborough table.
The Peterborough boys, yeah, they're already taken. So
we normally get Chris Gibson and all that lot on our team.
Yeah.
But
to be honest, right, the Peterborough boys get a lot of like
slack, jib.
Yeah, they're all great guys.
They're absolute hobby.
Apart from Tonka, he's a twat.
Tonka gets a lot of bad press. A lot of rightful bad press, but
but the dude,
I love the guy.
He's
such a solid dude.
He's such a nice guy.
He's awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
You know.
He's got a proper beef with you.
They're quite blessed up there. I mean, everybody who plays at Peterborough seems to be an amazing painter.
It all trickles down through David Brains and his 30k channel.
Yeah, because that's the home.
Because Brains pretty much owns he pays for the unit.
Yeah.
And supplies all the scenery and stuff like that. He from his point of view, everything that goes on those tables should be fully painted and looking the bollocks. So
I'd agree with that 100%. That's why I play this game, because everything's painted most of the time, unless it's something brand new that's just come out and you're just trying to work out if you really want it in your list or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see guys there not put a thing on the table till it's fully painted, you know.
Oh, that's what I do. I won't play nothing until it's fully painted.
I did that with my Ox.
Even if it's like it puts me on the back foot, I won't play it unless it's painted, or at least a good tabletop standard. I won't play it at all. So, hence why I've got some Magician Immortals sitting in the box over there built. And I really wanted to play them, but I just couldn't be bothered to paint them because they're awful. So, yeah. But yeah, then we done the quiz.
You came up with the name.
I came up with a name. I came up with a name ages ago as well. Like before Bingo started, I was like,
as soon as we came over, you knew that our team would be Team Reach Around. It's a little bit odd that. I'm not going to lie.
Just quickly, because the bingo was before the quiz.
Yeah.
I had house on that card for a good 10 minutes before I realised I had house on that card. Right, and I turned to Matt, and I went, "Does that number come up?" And he went, "Yeah, it came up like 10 minutes ago." I'm like, "Oh, house," on my tribute.
Well, it did take me a good 3 or 4 games to realise that there were in columns. I was like looking around, like, oh god, I need the numbers. It's so hard to keep track of. But that's
if it wasn't for Matt sitting next to me and explaining it to me, I wouldn't have had a clue, mate.
Yeah.
And then we went to the quiz where we won.
Yeah.
We got 16 out of 16 questions.
I will say, I think me and Matt won. Since we answered.
Did you even look at my paper? My paper had all of them. What's Vulcan's hammer?
That's the only one I didn't get out.
Oh, so you didn't
15 out of 16.
Thank you.
No,
Same as.
to be honest, I wasn't even paying attention when the quiz was on.
You were pissed as a fat.
I was just trying. I was just scribbling on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's funny.
And then this whole thing of oh my god,
oh my god, how did that even start? Was it the question?
One of the questions.
One of the questions, and the answer was Omegon.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden something happened, and then I was, I can't remember. And then
I was the one who went, oh my god. Yeah, I was the one who went all nutty with it. I went, oh my god, my brother's dead. Oh my god. Oh, sorry, spoilers. Oh my god.
And then it just kind of kicked off from there. And I think it's because we'd all been there
lost
we're
it,
all day. Me and Jamie
All
just
day.
completely lost it. We couldn't
Oh,
even.
God.
I couldn't even
I
open
think
my
I'm
eyes.
about
I
12
was laughing
strawberries
so
in
much.
as well. So
And yeah,
And then I started singing King John Neal from Team America, the Ronley song.
I'm so wrong.
Yeah.
and that was
And,
it. We were done. We were done then.
Oh,
Packed
it
the
was
away, we were done. It was
it
gone.
was awesome. So, Richard, how did your games go?
Oh, whoa! I've got our game.
Oh, you
Yeah,
got-
I know
you
you don't
got
want to
your
talk
game.
about
Oh,
it,
sorry.
but
No, he's got
I made
last
a little
game.
deviate.
Come on.
Yeah.
Another game.
Come on.
So
I didn't
So
get to
I've
your
got
game.
game four. I got paired up against a right royal bellend, which was you, James, wasn't it? I
Yeah.
saw that when we walked into the room. I was just like,
Not bits in a row.
James. Oh yes, two. Yeah. I know. I don't know what I did to piss off Matt and Andy, but
Literally,
Yeah,
as soon as
so
it come up, I
we
was
did a little
like, "Oh, I'm
throwdown.
playing Iron Warriors," and then I was like, "Who is it?" And then Matt was like, "You're playing Jamie," and I was like, "Yes."
I know these two. We were in the car, and these two were talking about who they were playing because
I told mine
Rich didn't want to play the Imperious Children Fulgrim guy because of just getting torn apart and blah 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 blah. So he was just like, yeah. So he was trying to paddle him off on Matt, and then Matt was just like, no, you're being a wimp. Just take it. Blah blah blah. And then there I am, just sat on my phone, going, yes, I'm playing James. Yes, I'm playing James. I was just like being so quiet. I was just like, yeah, I'm happy about who I'm getting to play. So yeah, we had a little throwdown, didn't we? We had game part 2. So obviously last
so
time
we're currently
away.
1 for 1, which
Yeah,
is
yeah. So next
a
year
good-
when you come in, to
well,
make sure
no,
we
because
go
I'm
to
going
the
to be
same one.
traitor, hopefully.
I'm going to be loyalist. So
Oh, you'll be
I'll
so
play it.
yeah.
potentially,
play it.
hopefully, that's the goal, is to be
James,
take my salamanders
we'll definitely
to
play
one of the next years.
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
going to-
I'm sorry, go on. I'll keep biting in.
I'm going to go take Iron Warriors to the November one. I'm hopefully going to be able to get to, but we will see.
Yeah,
family
I'm
dependent.
really gonna. Well, I know I was supposed to be doing Alpha Legion, but I'm going to kind of put them on the back burner, and I really
How many
want to
back
do.
burners have you got?
Another army on the back burner, right? Okay.
Well, at the minute, I've got Custodes on the go, which I'm going to get rid of.
So not on the go.
Yeah. What else have I got? There's a couple of things I want to add to me Iron Hands. I really want a Termite for me Iron Hands.
Yeah.
Then
That'll work well with them.
yeah, I've got the Alpha Legion, which is just going to be a Zone Mortalis army. So I've got 2 Dreadnoughts, Dynat, and just going to be like Dynat and loads of veterans, pretty much. With
Cool.
2 Contemptors with Volkite Culverins. So
Nice.
not Culverins, just big Volkites. Yeah, it is Culverins, isn't it? Twin linked thingy majig.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and yeah, and then I've got Project Z on the go. That shouldn't take too long to paint, to be honest, because it's only
Is
10.
Project the full army, is it? Or...
No, it's Zone Mortalis.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's just a zone, because basically the idea is I'm working on my Zone Mortalis board. I want to have a loyalist and a traitor Zone Mortalis army.
Yeah.
Obviously, my Iron Hands are not built for Zone Mortalis. They are a very heavy mech army.
Yeah.
I don't literally. I've only got about 25 infantry models for my Iron Hands, and everything else is a tank or something else like that. So, I want a loyalist Zone Mortalis, traitor Zone Mortalis army, and then that will be that. And then I will be going for Gold Eaters, definitely, 100%. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look forward to seeing them.
I'm currently listening to Betrayer at the minute. So,
I would play this down.
Loga!
wake up!
I love that. I love the audio version of that. It's
Yeah.
brilliant.
So yeah, we play
Game 4. Sort of, you've heard from James. You've heard how he got an absolute trounce in.
To be
No,
honest, it was a really close
Our game
game.
was good.
The one thing I forgot about.
Here
There's
come
one
the
thing I forgot
excuses.
about. No.
Here we
Just
go.
saying, because they've changed you always hit vehicles on a 3+ now, don't you?
No, see they've.
Yes.
Oh, is that true?
Unless
I can't
they're
remember.
immobilized.
Unless they're immobilized.
Yeah.
Oh
Yes,
no, it was
sorry,
immobilized.
yeah.
It was immobilized anyway.
Oh, so you
No,
also hit. You
I couldn't move or shoot because I was
Yeah.
shaken.
Yeah.
So does that count as immobilized?
Can't remember. Was that when you're Predator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not sure about
probably should have rolled.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Whatever.
Well, I had you backed into the corner anyway, didn't I?
Won.
So
You won.
yeah.
You won.
Yeah. So we had that game. A super fun game. I don't think I've laughed so much. It was really good. I think that was pretty much the theme of the weekend. Was just laughing and having so much fun, playing all the different
table
people.
next to you, wasn't I? And
Yeah.
joy you two were having in that game.
Yeah.
That's what it was all about.
Yeah. So yeah, that was that game, and then my final game, we swapped, didn't we, Rich? Because you got
we got pulled against each other again, and we'd already
so we were just like, oh, there's no point us playing again, and you really wanted to play Matt
from
Westbergs after having a chat and on the sort of quiz night and that,
room, which was weird. But
yeah,
that one when we do it.
So yeah, you organised that, and I played the guy that you were he was supposed to play, which was Robert Lavelle, I think I want to say, with his Space Wolves.
Yes.
And Russ. So that was the third Primarch I've played against this weekend. So obviously I've heard many scary stories about Russ. Never played against him, played with him in like a doubles game. And my God, he is scary. The guy, he was in a Spartan, had Death Sworn in a Anvilus drop pod, and then just some Assault Marines and some Grey Hunters, Grey Slayers, something like that.
Grey Slayers.
Just big units, and I was just running up the board. He was a gentleman, and we did roll off to whether or not we had the old book deployment, or if we had the Greens from the Warp deployments. We got the old one, which was a bit of a bonus for me. Because if he was on that front line, I would have died probably turn 2. So we played that. Russ got out pretty much straight away. Goaded goal to get out. We had a good sort of 5-10 minute sort of goading that Russ was doing to try and get Golg out of the Spartan. Golg got out the Spartan, face down Russ. Then every gun that I had basically turned towards him, and I think he took off 4 wounds. 2 wounds from some quad mortars, and then 2 wounds from combi bolters from the Terminator squad. Rolled double 1. I was just like, yes, I'll take that. So he's down to 2 wounds now. So I'm just like, yeah, I'll charge him now. So charged him with 10 Terminators, Golg and a Chaplain Terminator, and eventually managed to kill him. But he didn't actually take that many out because I think I saved some on the Invons. Next turn though, Death Sworn, and they got out of the Anvilus and butchered. I mean, butchered the Terminators. They are scary ass units. Yeah, so he had his retribution from that. And I lost that game because of the mission. You heard before that the objectives on a 1 or 2. The opponent scored the points, and I literally was scoring all the objectives, and I think I gave him 12 points over that game, and he scored 1 objective and actually gave me the points. So I would have taken primary, and
I kind of
second the T3, but that was cool. It didn't care. I had so much fun. In that game.
Last game, I pretty much ignored the objectives because I didn't want to give objectives away.
Yeah, I sort of wish I did that now, but then I thought that's the only sort of thing I'm going to be able to win because he's going to most likely take me out of combat. I think we were pretty much like so exhausted from playing that game because it was I think we ended on turn 3, and we were just like, yeah, let's call it here because this has been brutal. There's not much left.
You were talking about, and you were like, that was the most brutal battle of attrition on both sides. Yeah. It was just smash face both sides, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. So and that was it. That was my last game, and that was so much fun. We had a good laugh. Some of the Peterborough boys, I didn't catch their name. I know one of them's I've played with them before. They were at the the Peterborough event, the Centurion one they did. I didn't catch the names, but they were basically egging me on because obviously they were trolling their friend, so that was quite good. I had a couple of little cheerleaders, which was good.
Good bunch.
So yeah, Rich, how about you? How did your weekend go?
So yeah. Well, I bought the Solar Rocks. I think it was my game one was my third game with them, and the previous two was against Jamie. I won the first one, lost the second one. So I went into it a bit. I'm going to get smashed in when I saw the armies. I saw
it was on the day, wasn't it? You weren't sure if you were going to bring them or not.
I think I was pretty sure I was going to bring them. I was just like, I was half tempted to change the army for the Sunday, but
there's no place.
But I didn't. I stuck with them. So and I'm glad I did actually. I'm glad I did. But I had like 9 tanks, 2 Aegis lines, nearly 100 dudes. You know, it was a big army, and my army's footprint was massive. And then with those deployment maps, I was just like, oh, here we go. It's going to be turn 1, charged by Space Marines. I'm going to get killed and all that lot. So anyway, so I'll go into game 1 against, I don't know the guy's name. I think he's an American chap.
Jack.
Yeah, he had his Sons of Horus army.
Yeah, that was quite a nice army, actually.
Yeah, it was a really nice army. He was a lovely man.
He had the Castellax.
Yeah.
Yes,
Castellax with that fire, yeah.
And he had Horus and a Spartan with Justarian. I'm trying to think what else. They had a couple of Executioner Preds. And
I do love my Executioners.
Yeah. So it was a good list. It was a strong list. And it was basically he got to go first. The deployment map was no man's land, and there's only so far I could go back. So I think he was like less than 12 inches away at the start of the game. So of course Horus and that just bombed forward, and it was pretty one-sided the whole game. I didn't get tabled. I managed to drive a Dracosan around the table, not getting killed, and I managed to kill a lot of his stuff. But he blew up my Malcador turn 1, and you know, it was one of those games. But to be fair, the guy was awesome. He was a really nice guy. He felt so guilty smashing through my army turn 1 and turn 2. But I was like, you know, this is how it's going to be, you know. And I thought that's how the weekend was going to go, but actually it turned out a bit better than that. So that was my game 1. Game 2, I can't remember the fella's name, but it's an Iron Warriors player. I can't think of his name. And he had Peter Turbo and his bandwagon.
Yeah.
Perturabo and Tormentor. Not this, no, that's Peter Turbo. Thank you.
Turbo.
Yeah. And then it was literally, I think he had the Damocles Command Rhino, and the rest of the army were just Terminators. So he was deep striking Terminators. I think he had 2 5-man squads of what they call Tyrants, is it?
Yeah, Tyrants.
Yeah.
I really want to try that. 2 Tyrant squads with 2 Derrideos.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. So on paper, you'd think it was quite scary, and it was when I saw the army. I thought, here we go. So now he was quite good. He allowed me to roll on the deployment map from the book. So we got the full lengthways one with a good 24-inch gap in the middle. But it didn't make a difference because all his Terminators were deep striking anyway. But it kept the Tormentor in that back a little bit. And actually, I tell you what, the guy was amazing to play against. I mean, you talk about a guy who doesn't care if he wins or loses, literally just wants to have a laugh and try silly things. I mean, he was trying to deep strike into areas where he's just going to mishap. You know what I mean?
About that with ours, Jamie.
Oh, yeah, you deep striking, yeah.
Oh, did he mishap?
The Leviathan, and it missed off the table, and then I could have blocked in his Mastodon and Venator that he had on the table, but I thought, no, I'm not going to be a dickhead, so I just put it in his back line. So, but it was obviously geared up for infantry.
3 inches away from a table edge.
Yeah. It was a ballsy move, and it didn't pay off for him.
Dan Evans, is that the Iron Warriors player? Sorry, I just got a message from Matt. He's watching. I think his name's Dan Evans. Then I don't know if that was the first game or the second game guy.
No, the first guy was definitely Jack something.
Was it Jack? Was it? So he must have been Dan Evans. The second one.
First guy was definitely Jack, I think.
Yeah, but anyway, came down. Trabo teleported in and all that. Like everything was right. And then I just started wiping his Terminators off the table with las rifles and things like that. Just because he's so close, so many shots just panged into him. And I just managed to whittle off near enough all these Terminators. I think he had 2 left at the end of the game. Petrarca, I got him down to about 3 wounds, I think. And then
he's not a great character.
Ignored a couple of things, but nothing really. You know, Malcador blew up, but it's because I tried to fund the blitz with it and buggered it up. And the Tormentor did nothing. It fluffed its lines every time he tried to shoot with it. It just, the las cannons never hit anything, and the big templates get scattering off. So I got very lucky, but the guy was awesome. He's an incredible guy. I'd happily play him again because he just played the game in such a good spirit. Laughed all the way through it, you know, and that was really good. That was really good. But I got a victory. I was like, oh, I got a victory. My solo box. So I was really happy with that. Game 3 was against complete knobhead.
Hi.
Iron Warriors again. So Iron Warriors 2 games in a row. I mean, he was a right twat, this guy.
Some proper janky deployment.
Normally call people out, but when you're just such a bad person.
Quad mortars in buildings and all sorts of stuff. Dickhead, wasn't he?
No, it was a good game. It was a good game.
We always have good games going.
As Jamie said earlier, we normally don't play. If we get called against each other in an event, we normally say nah because we play each other all the time. But it was kind of a decider because obviously I'd won once with my Ox, he'd won once, and it was decider. And I tried my hardest. I nearly got him on the last turn.
I had you on the last turn, wasn't it? That was all it was.
Yeah, I gave it a good go, and he beat me by 1 point on kill points. I think I won tertiary. You won objectives and kill points.
I won objectives. I think pretty much all my games, I think I'd won objectives apart from the last one, but it's only because I gave him so many.
So, that last mission was nasty if you holding a lot of objectives.
I'll get to that with Matt because it worked out. It was really good. And then my 4th game. So we went. So obviously we had the Saturday night, which was brilliant. Had a really good laugh with these guys. That was good fun. That was. And then the Sunday went to the first game and I got pulled up against the Emperor's Children guy, and I found out actually on the way to the hall, driving to the hall because they put it up on Facebook. Who we were playing next, and I didn't fancy it because obviously my style of army against that style of army could have been over very quickly. So I spoke to Miguel, Matt, who's got white scars, and said, listen, are you happy to swap? And then I spoke to the guy, and he wanted to play against the white scars because he's never played against them before and he really wanted to try it. So I ended up playing Matt's opponent, which was a Death Guard player. And I couldn't tell you his name, but nice guy, really nice guy. He's the one with the Death Guard army where everything was fully painted and weathered apart from one tank, the Land Raider.
Apart from the Land Raider.
Yeah. So he had a really nice army there.
Yeah.
So he had 20, literally packed his Spartan with 25 guys, with a chaplain, apothecary, praetor, 20-man squad. You know, extra weapons, everything. You name it, was all in there. What else did he have? Sicaria. He had a Typhon.
Yeah, the Typhon.
Yeah, he had the Typhon. So anyway, that game took quite a while. We were on the table next year, and the turns took quite a while because we were doing a lot of rule checking and things like that. And it seemed quite slow, a lot slower than my previous games. And we actually only got to turn 2, but I managed to pull out a draw. I managed to get, we drew on, he got objectives, I got tertiary, and we drew on kill points. So actually I ended up getting a draw, but it's a shame it couldn't have gone longer. I think another turn he would have smashed me, to be honest. I think he would have just gone through my lines and just killed everything because I couldn't do anything about it. And we were half using one of the deployment maps on the event. He actually agreed to give me a 12-inch no man's land in the middle, which I took, but it didn't really make a difference anyway. So, but yeah, it was a good game. Nice guy. David Simpson, according to Matt, is his name, and Jack Bolland was the first game. So lucky Matt knows. God.
Yeah, your research assistant.
Yeah, Matt keeps me on my toes. He remembers people's names for me.
Your PA.
And then we went into the 5th game. And the 5th game was against, West Berks Matt. He's not here. Is he? I take his.
No,
on
he
in
hasn't
time.
messaged me yet.
Ah, gutted. Now I
He's,
called
probably-
him out because he was actually in the other hall. 'Cause we were all playing in one hall together, and obviously switched on the second day, and he was
Yeah.
playing in the other hall. And we were sitting down during the lunch break after game 4, and I just turned to him and said, "Do you fancy playing?" Because the good thing about a narrative event is even with the Swiss system and all that lot, they were quite happy for you to call people out as long as all the opponents were happy.
Yeah.
So
I find that at most heresy events you can do that.
yeah, they're quite relaxed on that. So as long as all parties are happy. So that was the second game in a row where I'd switched opponents really. And I said, "Look, do you fancy it?" And obviously he's got his Death Guard army. Nice Death Guard army. He's done a good job on them. Really good job on them.
Yeah, he painted that in about 2 months.
Yeah, he's done well. I mean, he had two levies, 3 quarters contemptors, I'm going to say. A Derideo 20-man squad of attack marines. He had a what do you call autocannon squad, heavy squad. He was playing the Reaping. And
Shadrach Medusa. No, not Shadrach. He was playing. What's his name?
Typhon.
no, the
No.
guy who buffs everyone, buffs all the heavy squads and that. What's his name?
I can't remember his name.
Oh, I can't think of his name. But yeah, he had that guy. So he had a nice little army. So yeah, we agreed and all that lot, and we ended up going with one deployment maps on the event. And we set up, and he went first because I went second in all of my games, which is typical. After rolling one of your Westburt dice in 2 of the last games, and rolling a 1 to see.
So you can't say our dice are biased.
They're not biased to when Matt used them because he was rolling 6s for fun at times. But it was, I will admit, and I think Matt will agree, it ended up being pretty one-sided in my favour the first 2 turns. Basically, turn 1, he moved his army forward. I set up quite far back. So even without a no man's land, and it was the one where it was the length way. So he started one end of the table to the other, and it had the point in the middle.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird deployment, yeah. And he had his levies up front and all that lot. And basically, he moved them forward, got a few shots off, killed a few little dudes, but couldn't really get through my armor because most of my stuff had armor 14. And then I just started blowing his dreadnoughts away. And my Lord Marshal was in a Drakazan with a las cannon, and he one-shotted a Leviathan. And then,
It seems to be the way that his Leviathans go.
Yeah. And then I dropped some templates on the other one and immobilized it. And then I blew up one of his quarters, made one stand there for a turn, and then the other one was a bit further back, and that was trying to get forward. And then turn 2, I think he killed a few more of my little dudes, but couldn't get through my tanks and that. And I took out the other Leviathan. And then with that same Drakazan, I immobilized one of his quarters, and then on the next turn blew it up. So that one las cannon blew up a Leviathan and a Quartus, which was quite good. He basically lost all his heavy stuff at the front, just died.
Yeah.
The first couple of turns. Yeah, he was really unlucky. Had they got in, it could have been a completely different story.
Yeah, I think Matt, I think I've coaxed him into getting a Mastodon for that list.
Yeah, I think getting that, if you're going to run Reaping, because the guy in the game before had the Reaping as well, but he had like the Land Raider, he had the Spartan.
Yeah.
You know, he got his main units across the table. He kept like a missile squad at the back, you know.
You need something to get those boys across the table, don't you?
Yeah. So some of the best moments, because he had outflanking Vorax. Are they Vorax?
Yeah.
Yeah, little bug robots.
With the
So he
lightning
had them
guns.
outflanking, and he outflanked them right in front of my Malkor. So I decided to go for a Thunder Blitz. And he decided to Death Will Glory it. He strapped the Melter Bomb on, took 3 hull points off, but because he didn't destroy it, they just got wiped out.
Oh, because you have to
Yeah. But then one of the attack squads made it down the table after charging the Eldar guys. Just sort of slingshotted it down the table. So I decided I'm going to Thunder Blitz that squad as well. And of course, the sergeant's got a melter bomb. He straps the melter bomb on and blows up my bloody Malcador.
Rightly so. Rightly
So I
so.
lost 6 hull points to 2 Deathful Glories, which I thought was amazing. Brilliant. So yeah, he took that out. And then after that, the game was pretty much over. So we just we started blasting Eldar off the table between us. We were just killing the 2 Eldar guys. And then he won objective. I kept rolling 1s and 2s and giving them to him. So he won that convincingly. Yeah.
I think the whole game I held one objective, but most of my objectives came from Matt handing them back to me.
Yeah.
So
I think he was a good 12 ahead of me by the end. And
wow.
a good 9 of them I gave to him. But I got kill points and I got first strike. I don't think I got Warlord in the end. I think he hit him behind the building. So, but yeah,
Matt resorted to hiding a lot of his stuff throughout the event because it was a heavy mechanized meta at the whole weekend, and Matt was running basically a pure infantry list.
Yeah.
So I think he beat a Space Wolf / Stones list.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's what he said. Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure he lost all these other games. But some of them were really close. I'm trying to remember what he said to me.
Yeah,
he was definitely lacking long range and something to get his guys across the table.
Yes. The thing is, with how popular like Centurion style events are at the moment,
that army would be perfect.
Yeah, you would have thought that this event may have been troop heavy.
I wouldn't be able to.
I had a thought about this because we discussed this, didn't we, on second player or something. But it's like if it's a Centurion event, yeah, you're going to bring all the bits, the infantry. But because this is where you get to bring your big toys. This is where you bring your Mastodons, your Primarchs, things like that. So they've been playing Centurion for ages, and now let's bring the big toys. Let's bring squadrons of Predators and stuff like that.
Most of these were mechanized, weren't they? It was
everybody had some sort of tank in their army, apart from 1 or 2. I mean, there was a full Dark Angels army there, which had the glaive and a few other bits in, and that was quite.
Ben Taylor from the Peterborough. He came on Sunday. Yeah,
he came on Sunday, didn't he? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that was pretty much the weekend. I mean, it was a great weekend. And yeah, I've just suddenly become really tired.
I can see you've been yawning quite a lot.
I've started clipping my breacher shields. They're so thin. I didn't realise how thin they were.
But I'll tell you what, one of the best things on the weekend was meeting new people.
Oh, definitely.
Like yourself, James. I mean, we talked online quite a few times.
Yeah.
But we never actually met. Well, we briefly in November, I think we met.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
One of my games, but
it was good to see people come out of their shell and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm quite an outspoken person, so I'm not afraid to talk to people. My missus hates it. I can just walk down the street and talk to a random person, and I don't care. When she's like, "Oh no, don't talk to them," I'm like, "No, I don't care."
I go a bit nutty at times. People,
and it was good. Like everybody was talking to everybody. Nobody. A few people kept themselves to themselves. But most people will talk to you. If you just ask them a question, ask them about their army or anything like that, they will talk. They will happily talk to you about their army, how they've achieved that color scheme, etc. And just bits and pieces. I mean, Jimmy, this is a perfect. Pardon me. It's a perfect example. I was talking about his salamanders, and then he was like talking about our Mastodon. He's like, I really love the color scheme of your Iron Hands, and he's doing because I think he wants to do something like a Shattered Legion at some point.
Yes, yeah.
And he was just asking, what did you do to achieve that color scheme? So he's going to do the same, but do it so much better.
Yeah, he was talking to me about, I think he's got a commission on for Iron Warriors or something. He was talking to me about Iron Warriors, and I can't wait to see what it is.
Talking to him this morning about oil washes and some of this stuff that I've got laid out behind me. was just digging it all out because Project Z. I want to make them really gritty and chipped and stuff because.
I'll tell you what he does really well, Jimmy. He's found a nice balance between using the weathering, but then also doing the old scratch details.
Yeah.
So, and he's found a really nice balance between the two, so they actually blend quite nicely, which can be quite.
He uses the powders and the pigments, but then he does the individual scratches and stuff. Which is really, really cool. And he does it really quick as well, which is sickening.
Yeah, it's
sickening. For how good the stuff is, it's sickeningly fast on how he does it.
Well, we've got a guy in he comes through our Northants Wargamers group, sorry, sometimes called Roland, and he's got, I mean, his collection of Ultramarines is ridiculous. He's been in Visions of Heresy, or Warhammer Visions, or whatever they call it, White Dwarf Vision. His army is ridiculous, but he does the non-metallic metallic throughout, and he does it in such a high standard, but he knocks it out so quick it makes it sick, you know. And his army's beautiful. He's got warlords and everything. It's ridiculous. But I think if you were new in the Heresy and you're thinking, I want to go to an event but I don't know anyone, or you know,
Greetings would be amazing.
Greetings is the one for you. Now
it's not overly expensive either.
No, 35 quid for the weekend.
Yeah,
that's decent.
Yeah,
because a couple of years ago, Chris Gibson came to one, and I'd never met him before, and he said this was my first event. I don't know anyone here, and so he sort of we had him in our quiz team, we have and all that, and we came out of it as brilliant mates. I've played him on the 30k channel, and he's now a bit of a Instagram celebrity when it comes to Heresy.
Yeah. My Instagram's just to hit 800 followers. Woo!
I feel I've got about 650 now, or something like that.
All right, boys. All right, let's. I'm not even at 200 yet, so let's
hey, we're still way behind a lot of people.
Oh God, yeah.
Got like nearly 3k or something.
Krieger, Krieger from Peterborough.
More events I'd like to go to. I mean, one thing would be awesome is if you guys could make it out to Warhammer World in September.
It's I could come up for one day. I think that's doable.
Yeah, I'm going to try. I've got to talk to Charlotte still, and I want to try and go for like the whole weekend, if possible.
Yeah. I pretty much guarantee I can come up for one day. I might struggle with two. Depends on the missus, really.
Yeah, it all depends. It's Mrs.'s birthday and our anniversary in the same week. So if you pick that week, or
that's it. Yeah, to be honest, just thinking about that, I can't do the first week of September because we've been together 10 years this year in September. So
congrats.
We forget every year, but yeah. So we're not married, but
I've had 17 good years with my missus and 2 kids. I've got 15-year-olds.
I don't have kids yet.
But yeah, we talked about this, didn't we, Jamie? After the event, we were talking about definitely next year. We want to. We'll probably still do one of the greetings events because they're brilliant and we love the guys. We're looking to expand. We want to go to, I don't know, Cheltenham.
I want to hit up one of the. I really want to do one of the Tarthus or something like that. One of the Incon boys.
Number one on my list.
Yeah. Age of Empire. Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to run my own event at some point. But obviously, my love of Zone Mortalis. Everyone always go on about it.
I'd love to see more Zone Mortalis events. We really want to get to them. It's just the tables are so expensive, but then we do know somebody with a giant laser gun that cuts them.
Yeah.
Well, we've tried for the last.
Bed now, but
we've tried for the last good year or so to try and get Heresy going in Northampton, and and Northampton's very 40k led. We tried. We set up a Northants Heresy page. We tried to get as many people as we could and all that. And there is a small group of us. But then on Sunday, when Jody came to collect his terrain, is it XLC?
Yeah, the XLC. Amazing company.
We were speaking to him about it because not so long ago he was on his podcast, and he basically really gave it to the Northampton scene. And at the time, I thought,
you all out.
Yeah, at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah.
I thought, and I told Jody this. I told him on Sunday. Matt was standing next to me, and I said, Jody, I thought you were a right twat, right? But
And then you realised he was right.
and then I said, listen. And then a couple of days later, I thought you were even bigger twat because you were right.
Yeah.
And he was right. And then we said to him, look, we had a little chat where he was packing the stuff away and that. And we said, listen, we want to push this. We want to get Heresy going in Northampton. We've got the website, got things like that. And what was it, Monday, Jamie? Jody was straight onto it, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Straight onto it. And now
Give the man an admin key and he's away.
I made him an admin on the Northampton Heresy site, Facebook
I
page.
saw that Unremembered Empire training he's had.
Yeah, exactly.
Unremembered Heresy, sorry. Unremembered Heresy.
I mean, this is kind of why I've set up the Southeast, the UK Southeast Heresy group.
Yeah.
And it's slowly coming to life.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, probably 2 miles down the road probably 2 miles, about a 5 mile down the road. There's a store, and they just started a 30k campaign.
Oh, nice.
And it's, I think so far there's already like 7 players that signed up. So
that's good.
I need to get my finger out and start getting involved.
It's difficult for shops to get involved in it because we used to have a friend that used to run one that was a local for us, and like I said, it's difficult for them to sort of put their feet behind like a heresy campaign because they can't sell it. It's the same one. Most GW stores don't allow you to play it in there because they can't make money from it, and it's a business sense. It makes sense.
I mean, the beauty about the campaign is because everybody's just starting out with heresy.
Is it an escalation?
Yeah, pretty much. So everybody's pretty much starting out with Calf and Prospero boxes.
Yeah.
So they're ordering from him.
Yeah.
So he's making money out of it as well. And then it'd be great to like get the community slowly built up, building up the heresy scene in the area. The only thing I don't want to happen is a lot of them are 40k players.
Yes. Yeah.
So I don't want them to bring the 40k meta I think
that was one of Jody's worries about the Northampton scene.
Yeah, I mean, Age of Sigmar is the most popular game in my area.
Right.
For some reason, I don't understand why, but Age of Sigmar seems to be. I think it's because the local Games Workshop opened the day Age of Sigmar was released.
Oh, right, okay.
So more people play Age of Sigmar, though 40k is slowly taking over that with the new 8th edition.
Yeah.
But I don't want the 40kers to bring the 40k mentality into heresy because it just doesn't. It doesn't.
I think that's an issue because we've got. I mean, pretty much all of us cross over.
Yeah.
You either. I'll class myself as a 30k player who plays 40k in Age of Sigmar as well.
Yeah, I don't really
lot
play.
Of the guys in our area are 40k players who dabble in 30k, but then play Age of Sigmar as well. So it's a bit. It's difficult, and there's some good dudes. We're all really good friends, but we're getting there. And Jody pushing it should really help. And I mean, Jody, we've got Peterborough, 30 miles down the road.
Yeah.
So we go.
Jody goes there a lot.
Boys, Jody's down there at least once, twice a month.
But that's like we were having a discussion. Jody goes down there a lot because there isn't anything in Northampton.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If we,
he's willing to drive the hour and a bit to get there to play games.
Yeah.
And if you think that's a turn or two of a game, we could probably squeeze in 2 games or a bigger game if it was Northampton based. So we've got our eyes on something.
Yeah, we've got our first meet the first Monday of next month. We've got a venue shop in Northampton.
I mean, the only issue I've got is my local store is doing their heresy games on a Wednesday night.
All right.
I'm here on a Wednesday night.
I wonder what you're doing Wednesdays.
Yeah. So because I literally that's why my phone's going crazy because I'm on their group and there's like 60 messages because they've all just played their games and they're all talking to each other about it.
But that's a good thing. That's a good.
I mean, there's a good mix of like armies as well because nobody's doing the same army.
Oh, that's good.
So I mean, I'm still the only Iron Hands player in the area, luckily. So
in the country.
Well, no one else. I'll tell you what, right?
You've got you and Paul Busfield.
Iron Hands aren't a very popular army at the minute.
No. That's because your Primarch got his head cut off.
They don't seem to be a very popular army, and I don't know why. Because they have some of the better rules, I feel.
I mean, -1 strength from shooting attacks.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's effectively toughness 5.
Yeah. That's
So,
amazing. But
yeah.
I think could it be down to the whole Primarch thing?
I know you can't take a lot of allies with Iron Hands either.
No.
A lot of their
But then most right awards tell you can't take allies either. So is that too much of a big deal?
I think it's because their Legion specific units are both NAF as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they're not the strongest, are they?
But they do. I'm really tempted to build an armored spearhead. I want more Land Raiders.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
So yeah, I've got one. I need to get maybe 2 or 3 more. But yeah. So that's coming up. We're coming up to the 2-hour mark. We try and keep these around 2 hours long.
Yeah.
So
it's a shame Matt couldn't get on.
Yeah, it's a shame Matt couldn't get on. I mean,
I would have really liked to speak to him. I mean, he's. I'd say that last game was my favourite game. And it wasn't because of what was happening necessarily on the table. It was Matt. It was the how relaxed we were with each other. The banter between us. It just felt really real fun to play.
Yeah, Matt. I never have a bad game against Matt. It's always good fun.
He's a nice guy. Nice guy. And I think that's what I took from it. I was like, here's a guy I'd like to stay in contact with, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a lot of them there. But
next time me and Jamie play, I'm coming to win.
We'll have grudge matches. So we've got to go Warhammer World and have grudge match.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to bring something awesome. So I really want to bring like 2 Spartans full of tactical squads with chain axes.
Oh.
And your Mastodon in the middle.
Mastodon in the middle, full of inductor.
I'll play you next year against that. I think Jamie will tell you the list I've got planned. That will give that a good game.
I'm even excited about that list.
But everyone who's joined us tonight, we will be doing Night Lords next week. Obviously, we were going to do Night Lords tonight, but there was a lot to talk about. I mean, unfortunately, Matt couldn't join us tonight, so I'm sure Matt will talk a little bit about what happened with him next week. We'll have Night Lords all next week as well. I mean, I hate them. I won't have much to say about them because I really don't like them. But yeah, no, it's going to be good. And thank you to Jamie and Richard for joining us tonight. I'm extremely tired. No doubt, I'm sure we'll have you guys back on again later on. And thank you for everyone who stayed with us and commented in chat. I know we didn't really look at the chat tonight, but tonight was basically just us talking about what happened at the event.
I think Miguel took over the chat tonight. I think it's mainly him. So,
but it's like I've not had anyone to chat to about the event since I got in.
Yeah.
Because like Charlotte don't like me talking about it. So
my missus would be happy if I gave this up and sold everything tomorrow.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's gonna keep going, getting worse.
So as said, like, so Night Lords next week. Hopefully I'll be a bit more awake. The sun is, I mean, you can see my forehead, look, it's like red.
Yeah. I think working the weekend has hit you, innit?
Yeah.
I can understand that.
And then we went to the beach on Monday as well. And it's
I was going to ask you.
Only like a 35-minute drive.
Yeah.
But we were in the car 6 hours.
Oh.
Because I shut the motorway.
Oh, no.
We was at the beach for like 2 hours and then we come home.
Oh, got you.
And then hit traffic again. Yeah, we went to Broadstairs in the end, and it was I mean, anyone who hasn't, check out the West Berks Gaming guys. You might as well throw out your Instagrams as well.
Good, Jamie.
So I am at Big J. That's BIGG_JAI.
BJ.
Big J. Not boasting, but he's Big J.
He's Big J.
I
asked me how I got their nickname.
Yeah, we all know, mate. That's why he's the lead singer in the band.
Oh yeah.
You're in a band.
with the reach arounds.
The
Oh,
reach
that's
rounds.
right. Yeah, because I actually used to be in a band a few years
Not
ago.
called the reach
No,
round.
I'm tone deaf, mate, so that's not going to happen.
And I used to drum and sing for a band. So back in the day.
Well,
God.
I'm Instagram Sigismund_Forge. And yeah, if you're in the Northampton area, check out Northampton Heresy.
Then
Northampton Heresy, yeah, that's our sort of
Facebook
page we're trying to reignite.
Getting a reboot at the moment. Jodie's.
You've added me into. Have you added me into that?
I think so.
Well, this is awkward.
If not, add me in. I always like
we
good
say
group.
no.
Yeah.
I think we didn't want these lot, did we?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're on there.
I'm glad this has come up now after we've spoken and everything. It would have been awkward at the start, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So we're as I said, Night Lords next week. Thank you, Jamie and Richard, for joining me tonight. Unfortunately, Matt couldn't join us. I'm sure Matt and both will be here next week. Will had some other arrangements that he had to deal go to. So guys, thanks for tuning in again. Thank you, Jamie and Richard, for joining. We will see you all next week.
For having us on.
And don't forget to check out the Facebook and Instagrams and everything else. And
Do it.
see you later, guys, and happy wargaming.
Take care, mate.
Bye.